Hey guys, it is Saturday here in West Virginia. It's the weekend before Christmas. And as I mentioned in Friday's video, if I found anything over the weekend, I would show it to you guys. And found a couple of sets. I can't really say much about them if they're decent or not. I picked them up for a friend of mine. I did pick up one extra of one certain casting for myself, and we'll be cracking that open in this video. The set that I'm showing you guys today is probably the last premium Fast and Furious set for 2024. At least the last set that I'm going to see at my stores. Now, there may be one past this, I'm not sure. I think there is, or it's the first one of 2025. But anyways, this is a decent set. It's got a lot of well, not a lot of repeats. There's a couple of repeats. One that's been overdone, and it's the first one in the set. And it is this guy here. This is the one from, I think it was Fast and Furious 4. But anyways, yeah, this car has been in the lineup at least 3 times, maybe 4 times. It is a cool casting. The 70 Chevelle casting, the new casting here looks more like a real 70 Chevelle than the old casting did. This first appeared when they had the muscle lineup. They had 2 70s in the lineup. They had the red one with the black stripes and this primered one. They had the Trans Am and a Boss Mustang, and I forget what the other one was. But anyways, as I mentioned, this car has been around for a while. The card art is cool on this one, but all of them usually have decent card art. Pick of a car really representing the diecast better than what the diecast actually looks. But as I mentioned, this is not a bad casting. It has nice detail on the back. The bumpers are chrome. And the front grille area headlights are all detailed. It does look very nice. This is something that they started doing, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, where they started putting different pieces in for chrome bumpers, and the chassis would still be metal, but you would have chrome plastic bumpers, but the interior would be black or some other color. A lot of times when you had chrome bumpers, they were made to the interior buckets, but they did away with that for premium stuff a few years back. They still do that if they're using some of their old castings, but on the newer stuff, they usually have separate pieces for the bumpers, which is kind of cool. Another thing I like about this car, too, it has the same diameter wheels all the way around. Back tire, in my opinion, could have used a beefier sidewall, but it is not a bad casting at all. It's just been overdone for the Fast and Furious lineup. I'd like to see it in some other lineups. Yeah, this is Fast and Furious, so that would have been part 4. So as you can see, the lineup here, besides the Chevelle, you have the VIPER, which that's the brand new casting, and that is the one we're going to unbox. You have a Nissan 370Z. I think it's the first time this car has appeared. The McLaren Senna, I think it's the first time it's appeared in Fast and Furious, along with the Z, in the premium stuff, I think. This has been in at least 1, maybe 2 other lineups in the premium Fast and Furious stuff. So we got, as I mentioned, a couple repeats for sure. And we got a brand new casting, and that is this guy here, number 2. This is the one that I picked up for my friend. As I mentioned, I picked up this set and another non-premium set we're going to take a look at tomorrow. It is the Peanuts set, which usually I don't ever buy those sets for myself and do videos on them unless somebody requests them and they can't get them and I can, so I'll pick them up for them. And anyways, this car looks excellent, very nicely executed. They're killing it with the Vipers lately, like the mainline 92 RT10 that came out last year. That was awesome. I wish they would do a premium of it in some lineup, but this 2003 Viper SRT10 looks great. The wheels, they look good on it. I know there could be probably a better choice of wheel on it to represents like the original style wheel as this car had in that movie. It was from the very start Tokyo Drift, the race, and anyways, and the housing development. And anyways, yeah, the car got trashed, but yeah, it's a very cool casting and such. As you can see, the front end is well detailed. Yeah, it's tampos, but still, yeah, it's like the other defined stuff, like the grill cutouts, the indentations for the fog lights, or yeah, I guess I'd call them fog lights, and then your headlight tampos, and then the rear end is very nicely done. And anyways, as I mentioned, I have one that we're going to crack open, and it's right here. And this is kind of odd. I don't know if this was cracked or it melted. It looks cracked in some areas, but I think it's originally started like it was melted or something. It's kind of strange. And I don't know if that's a hair or glue string on it or something. But anyways, let's get this guy off. And these cards are ones that are very, very well glued. It's hard to open these without damaging them. That's what I mentioned in a lot of my videos when I opened the Auto World stuff and some of the other like premium brands that are on cards. I always say it's not like Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels is very hard to open, and it is a very nice car. You got your VIPER emblem there, and the indentation on the doors nicely done. The dash isn't too bad either, actually. You do have nice detail here in the rear bumper cover and tail lights, and as I mentioned, the headlights, and then you have your indentations or cutouts for, sorry guys, get it out of focus there. That's nicely done. Yeah, actually, let me just zoom in on it. That'd be better. They did the VIPER emblem on the header panel, and the louvers and the air intake on the hood. Very nice looking piece, and it looks to be fairly close to scale. I can't say it for 100% sure, but it looks okay. And the 92 that they did last year, it also looked pretty good and looked pretty close to scale. As I said, I wish they would do a premium of the 92. If not, I may have to make my own and do a wheel swap. Although those plastic tri-blade wheels that they put on the car is a good representation of the original wheel from 92. So anyways, moving along with the Fast and Furious stuff, number 3 is this guy here. This is your Nissan 370Z in silver with a blacked out hood. This car is nicely done too. It's an old casting. It's from like 2009, I believe it is, 2010. Yeah, 09 is a copyright, so I've probably first seen it in 2010. But nice details on the back of the car with your tail light tampos, Nissan emblems, the cutouts for the exhaust, headlight tampos, Nissan emblem, and the meshed grille. The only thing I could have used would be side mirrors, and that would have been perfect. And this car was from Fast 5. It's been a while since I watched these movies. I don't remember the car, but it probably was obvious in there, and I'm just didn't really pay attention. And then we still have your McLaren and your Land Rover coming up. So let's take a look at them. The Land Rover is the Defender 110 panel truck. No windows, no rear doors. So a unique looking vehicle at that. And this one is from the Fate of the Furious. And that's when they started getting more of like military looking vehicles and stuff. The Fast and Furious went to like street racing stuff to like James Bond undercover like 007 style movies is what they kind of went from, where turned into from just your general like street racing and cops trying to bust some local street racers to 007 spy movies. But this is a great looking vehicle. It does have very nice detail with the headlights, marker lights. You have your grille, the Land Rover across the front of the hood. Mirrors are casted in. The matte black finish looks great. The wheel choice too. These wheels are very nice. They had the beadlock detail on it, and then the tires, they look good too. The rear is very nice. You can see the detail of the door hinge and your taillight tampos and also emblems in your plate. Very nicely done. And then our last one here is the McLaren Senna. And for what it is, it's not a bad looking casting from Hot Wheels. I used to have all the Mini GT ones, and they were nice. And this is actually a decent wheel to represent the original style wheels that were on the car. They were more of a standard offset. These have more of a reversed offset on them, and they look really good though. The orange color, that's like an original color on it, and that was my favorite one in the Mini GT lineup, the orangish, reddish orange color. Very cool looking car. And you can see it has decent detail in the back of it, and also in the front of it. This is, I know there's probably fans, and I'm probably going to get ridiculed over this, but I think this is probably one of the ugliest exotic sports cars on the market that claims that kind of price, over $2 million, and it is really not that aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, not one that I think is the best from McLaren in my opinion. And then this is from Fast X. Another one I don't really recall. And I've seen Fast X, it's been a little bit, but the only car I can remember is the Impala from Jason Momoa, I think he's driving the Impala in 66. And then the, I think it was a 240Z or something that he was racing against. But anyways, yeah, that's not a bad looking car. I think that is the first time this has been in the lineup, because it is from Fast 10. So yeah, it probably is the first time that McLaren has appeared in the F&F premium lineup. And same thing with that Silver Z. But the Defender and the Chevelle definitely have been in the lineup, especially that Chevelle. And then the Viper, this is the first time we've seen it, and it is a brand new casting for 2024. It is a really cool car, and it will look good with my other Mopars, or moderate Mopars, but it's hard to believe it. 03 is already 22 years old. That's crazy. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we will be back again tomorrow to show you some of those Peanuts cars. It's going to be another one like this one. We're not cracking them open, but I'll show you every detail of them that I can without cracking them off the card. So enjoy your Saturday, and we will see you tomorrow.